Good evening, everyone. How are we doing? Welcome back to another stream on the channel. Finally, Casadei is over the line. We're going to be joined by Ant tonight to go through our new signing. Also going to look at a couple of rumours around today and where else we do need to strengthen. Obviously, there's about, 15 days left of the transfer window, 2 weeks, not long to go. So you would hope to get a couple more players in, a few outgoings as well. So yeah, make sure to let me know your thoughts on the new signing, Cesare Casadei. We're going to be going in depth on him today. As I've said, I'm a massive fan of him. I think this could be one of our best signings of the window. But yeah, let's get Ant in the stream. How are we doing, my friend?
Yeah, I'm all good. The thing is, this is a weird signing, isn't it? Because we've known it's been done for about a week and we've just been waiting. So, happy days. And I've been watching Neil's video this afternoon that he did with Lewis, who's a Chelsea fan, and he talks very highly of him. So it's an exciting signing, but I'm not going to sit here and pretend to have watched Reading last season and know exactly what he's about. Because apparently some people watched all of the Under-20s World Cup, watched Reading and watched every minute he ever played. I'm not going to pretend to do that, but he does look like a promising, exciting signing.
It does, yeah, and I'm exactly the same. I haven't watched a single highlight of him either. But yeah, I was watching Neil's thing earlier on. Make sure to go and check that out. I'll probably link it in the description. But yeah, we're going to jump into some stats and whatnot a bit later. But yeah, let's get into the chat. People getting too confident about Ipswich, Plymouth, Preston, and people saying they'll go up 3 games in. Yeah, it's early days. It's early days. I was just discussing that with Jack a few minutes ago on his stream. So yeah, it's interesting, the championship so far. I can't lie. I know nothing about Casadei, so I don't know if he's going to be good or not. I think, well, like I said, we'll go into his stats and whatnot, but, he won the Under-20 World Cup Golden Ball and Golden Boot, so, he's got to be half decent to win that, Annie. But obviously that's still it's youth level football, but I think he looks to be a good, promising talent. Apparently he did well for Chelsea in pre-season, so I think he's a player who could definitely come in and do. Yeah. The AirPods work, but the mic don't work. Sounds like I'm underwater. So we'll have to go with the manual ones in. But yeah, Rand, how big do you think this is a signing? Because for me, I think we've been lacking that kind of player from midfield who has a bit more goal output. I think the one chance to look at the Huddersfield games when Dennis Pratt went through and just lacked the finish. So yeah, do you think it's a big signing?
Yeah, it's for obviously goal scoring from midfields. Like you've lost that from Tielemans and Maddison because they both offered goals from midfield, but it's also the creativity. I think something that so far I think we've been brilliant this season.
Yeah,
but the one thing that you could say is lacking was that creativity from midfield, and I hope he adds that.
Yeah, 100%. And I think that's one of the positions we're lacking. Obviously, we've been with Ilias Chera as well a bit. Obviously, you could say more of a 10. I think Casadei's a box-to-box, he said in his interview, but does like to get those attacking threats in there. And I think we'll look at it later, but I think the way Enzo are playing, he'll probably take up that Ndidi position, really, because I think Winks and Ricardo are quite settled. And obviously, you've got Dewsbury on the left as well. So, but yeah, let's get back in the chat. He is on a loan deal on obviously just one. I think it's 1 year in it for Casadei. Hello, mate. Welcome to the stream. Good replacement for Pratt. Yeah, do you see Pratt going? I think obviously he's been linked with Torino a lot, hasn't he? But I think he could potentially be going now because you don't think he'll start over Casadei.
The thing is, though, he's been linked to Torino for about 18 months. It's like they know that we want about 4 million for him. It's just, are they going to pay it or not? It's like there's no money in Italy. That's a problem. Like Italian football is skint.
Yeah, exactly that.
Same with Castagna. That's why Castagna's still here, and that's why Pratt hasn't gone yet. So I don't know. It's one of those. If Dennis Pratt stays, great. If he goes, no sort of concern either. But it just feels like that if he was that much of a priority for them, we wouldn't be on what is it, the 14th of August today, 15th of August, sorry.
Yeah.
And him still not being a Torino player.
Yeah, exactly that. And yeah, I think if Pratt is going to go, it's going to be one which is done late on in the window, and it's a bit of a weird one because Leicester seems to be getting a lot of people in, but we haven't really sold anyone really since with obviously the main people went. So it's weird, but obviously if we can't sell it on if no one puts a bid in, there's still rumours around Samare and whatnot as well. So I have to say the rumours that I don't know that as well. I've seen that Turkish guy being linked, but I don't really trust the Turkish sources because I don't know if you saw it, but I think there's a Turkish journalist said that Leicester are interested in Castagna, which was Interesting, weren't it? What position is he like midfield? Box to box, really. But I think he's probably going to be playing alongside Dewsbury, probably pushing forward a bit more. So I think midfielder wise, we're pretty settled as of right now. We're doing very good, mate. I think that's doing all right anyway. He's having fun on his holidays, isn't he? We want Chair still. How on earth? I'm not going to complain really, but that's the thing with midfield. I don't know how you see it, but I think Winks and Ricardo are settled, and then I think the two above him can be a bit more rotational, depending on who we bring in.
Yeah, and something that I was talking to a QPR fan about was saying when we were linked to Chair last time is the fact that he can play right wing, he can play left wing, or he can play as a number 10. So it's that word that but we always keep hearing, versatility. So if you can bring in a player that can play those three positions, then great. But the one thing I don't want is a load of jack of all trades, masters of none. So I do like the fact that we're getting some specialists in terms of the fact Mavridi's an out and out winger. Obviously, Doyle out and out centre back or sort of that left centre back role, that is perfect for him. But like with Chair, I'm just interested to see where he fits, because if he's going to sign as a squad rotation player, brilliant. But you don't want too many players that are just versatile, sort of jacks of all trades.
Yeah, exactly that. And I think for the price being reported, which I think it's about 6 to 10 million. I've heard. Obviously, he's one of QPR's best players, so they're not going to want him to let him go for nothing, are they? For the under-21, Casadei played 7 games and scored 7. He did indeed. I think these are the stats here from the under-20 World Cup, I think it was. So as you can see, 7 games, started with 7 goals, 1 assist as well. I think it was in there as well. So if you look at that, it's obviously quite good. But yeah, I think there's a big difference from under-20 World Cup football to the Championship, isn't there?
Yeah, even if like the technical level might be very similar, it's like a whole different ball game in terms of like physicality and like it's a step up. But saying that, he was on loan at Reading last year, so he's played in the Championship before. So
yeah,
it'll be interesting to see how he gets on.
Exactly that. I'm going to try and bring up his stats from Reading actually, so I assume it will be here, won't it? I don't know. It's a bit weird because from the heat maps, obviously it's only a heat map, but he seems to be very much left-sided, which is interesting. He is right-footed, so and obviously I would imagine Dewsbury will stay on that left-hand side. But yeah, it's interesting how he's more on that right than the left-hand side. He played 15 games, started 13 for Reading last year. Only scored the 1 goal though, which is not fantastic, but obviously he was in the Reading side which struggled, so you got to put the context in it. And I think from what Chelsea fans are saying, I think he played quite well for Chelsea in pre-season. And if Chelsea I think they were contemplating keeping him or wanting to give him a Premier League move. So I think there has to be a good player in there, surely.
Yeah, 100%. And it's like the fact as well, he's chosen to come to Leicester, hasn't he, over going back to Italy as well. So the fact he's wanted to come to Leicester is a good thing. His interview did make me laugh, though, and it gave me classic, every time a player signs for like Liverpool or Man United, I grew up supporting the club. I don't know if you've seen that. And it's like, you might have liked the title win and all of that and stuff, but I somehow don't think he was a Leicester fan when he was growing up.
No, it's like Chelsea though. Every time Chelsea sign a player, there's suddenly there's a photo of any random player in a Chelsea kit in there. It's weird, but I'll back it though. He's Italian, so I'll back it. I won a trophy, which is decent. Yeah, he looks to be a good talent. He's done quite a lot for his age, and he's been out there here and there. And I think there's definitely a good player in there. Enzo Casadei from Italy, indeed. I think that's a big part of the deal. Obviously, Enzo. We've got a team here. Hamilton, Ricardo, Faz, Cody when he comes back, Justin, Winks, Casadei, Dewsbury, that Turkish Don, Chair, Mavridis, Iheanacho. I think
What's the team, mate? I didn't hear about the
Turkish Don, isn't it? Yeah, Turkish Don.
Yeah. How do you pronounce it?
Akgun.
You're definitely not having me on after this, are you?
So I think with the team there, apart from the random right midder, it's got to be, it's high quality in it. I think I saw someone say on TikTok or something. I think if you look at the midfield we've got, let's just say Winks, Dewsbury and Casadei, when obviously Ricardo is going to move into it in possession, but surely that's got to be one of the best midfield threes in the whole league. And when you sit Ricardo in there as a 4 in possession, it's up there, isn't it?
In possession, definitely it's up there. I think you could have said Leeds, but they've lost Tyler Adams now, which is a big loss for them. But it's the first one they've got a fee for, isn't it? Which is kind of mad.
Yeah. I was talking about earlier with chat. The amount of loan deals Leeds have done is pretty crazy, really. And I think they're in a much worse position than us in Southampton. And I think Leicester, business-wise, have done a fairly solid job with the players they've brought in. And I think the mix between the obviously experience and Cody whenever he comes back, and obviously the youth. But I don't know, if we had to sign a few more players, I think we probably, I don't know, I would pick someone with a little bit more experience, because it's all good having this youth and stuff, but when it does get difficult, you do want a few more experienced heads in there to try and push the group through a little bit.
I don't know, because we've got Connor Cody, who's obviously very experienced, and you've got like your players. Sort of, there is a lot of experience in the squad, so
yeah.
I don't mind us signing these players. I quite like the fact we're signing these younger players. My only concern is that we're signing a lot of players on loan, and as much as we need to exploit the loan market, if we go up, will we be able to get these players? But that's a conversation for the summer.
Yeah, Joey just said that perfectly, and that's what I think. If you look at Middlesbrough, they're a perfect example. They had a load of loan players in last year: Cameron Archer, Aaron Ramsey. They've all gone. Obviously, it's only 2 games in, but look at them now. Obviously, they didn't get promoted in the end. But even if we do get promoted, just like you said, it's going to be a big challenge to keep hold of them type of players, especially like of Callum Doyle. Obviously, Casadei as well. I don't think Chelsea are going to want to just let them go for nothing, are they? Are you missing Maddison, Barnes, and Tielemans? For me, Tielemans, no. Barnes, yes. And Maddison, yes. I think it's difficult to say, really, because if we had them 3 players playing in our team now, they would rip the league apart, surely.
Thing is, I'm not missing any of them. I like Barnes and I like Tielemans. I like Maddison, but I think we just needed to move on. If I'm honest, we'd reached it. It got so stale, and it's a shame the way it ended with all of them. So I'm not missing them, because I've not felt sort of this invested in a Leicester team in a long time, and so no, I'm not missing them, but they're good luck to all of them at their new clubs.
Yeah, especially I think Barnes started quite well. I don't see he's getting pro. I think that deal's done and dusted, really. But then again, another player we haven't mentioned is Patterson Daka, because I don't know, he seems to be nowhere near the squad, does he, at all? And even in the Bursting game, he wasn't involved. So for me, I think he's going to be one. I think he'll be one of the ones to leave, probably.
It's just if anyone's going to put the money on the table, isn't it? Everton's the only one that's really linked to him.
That's the thing. I think he could do a job there. He's definitely better than Morpay, but. And again, just like I said, it all depends if anyone's going to come in. And that's the thing, really. We've got all these players like Cesare Casadei. Obviously, Sutar's probably going to be a new one. Obviously, Enzo doesn't seem to rate him. He could all potentially leave, but we need people to put offers in, because, since we've lost the big players, Barnes, Maddison, etc., nothing's really came in. It's going to be a Maddison like a Cam-ish. Hopefully Samore goes so he can put money towards either Chair or the Turkish Don. Yeah, I think Chair would be the ideal signing for me, I reckon. Yeah,
and it's what you mentioned before, because he does have, even though he's not particularly old, he's quite experienced and championship experience as well.
Exactly that, and I think that is exactly what Leicester need. But yeah, we're going to be let's have a quick look at his interview, as we always like to do on the Leicester website. Just going to say the usual stuff, but we might as well go through it as we always do. So yeah, he says, I feel good. He commented in his first interview for the club. I'm really happy to be here. Really excited. Can't wait to get started. Obviously, Leicester is a big team, etc., etc. And obviously, this is a bit here when he says he supported Leicester when they won the league. So yeah, if he's being truthful, we respect it. But I don't know. But it's the same sort of thing as always, isn't it? The players aren't going to. It's always going to be a positive thing coming out when they first join, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. It's like they're never ever going to say anything groundbreaking on these interviews. It's just
no.
It's always I'm happy. when you go through a drive-through and there's like a script off the thing of like what they've got to say, it always feels like that for everyone here. So it's like, I'm happy to be here. I'm going to work hard for the team. I'm going to help the squad achieve their goals. And it's nothing against Casadei, but you just know exactly sort of the thing. Like every signing is going to make, and I guarantee you, if we make another signing in the summer, they'll say exactly the same thing.
Yeah. To be fair, I might compare him one day if I'm bored.
And also with us, it's also the facilities as well. Everyone mentions the facilities.
Can't forget about that, can you? It's like the interview probably flipping tells them to say the words, don't they? But obviously, as expected, really, Enzo Maresca was a key part of the transfer. Obviously, he's done well working with young talent before with Manchester City, and obviously the Italian link key. And Casadei said that he was a big impact in my decision to be here, and I can't wait to start improving with him and start playing. Of course, I saw the last 2 games in the Championship, and I had a really good impression because they played really good football, and they enjoyed their football when they had the ball as well. So I just think Enzo's, the perfect man for us, and the players he's brought in so far. I just think everything's on the up, and there's a great mood around the club, just like you said. And Enzo strikes again, brings in another fantastic talent, and things are just on the up, and it's only going to get better from here.
Yeah, it's that feel-good factor that's been gone for so long. And there was a comment that I got the other day on my channel, which I think was bang on. It's like, how long has it been since we felt like we've had this amount of unity?
Yeah,
we probably would have had it, during when the lockdown was going on and we were doing half decent, but the grounds are empty, so we didn't really feel it. But I'd say probably since, I can't even remember the last time it's felt this sort of unified as a fan base.
2019, wasn't it? I'd have to say, but before the first lockdown. It's crazy, isn't it? But that's the thing. Obviously, I wasn't there on Saturday. I don't think you were there on Saturday either, were you? But the away end looked fantastic, way better than last year's booze and whatnot, and Rogers out. But yeah, I just think everything's just on the up. And when the moves like this, it's only going to, the squad and the fans seem very close. You saw Mavididi interacting with fans with the new Lamborghini chant, and it's all good in it. And I think, with all these new signings, obviously this one took a very long time to get over the line. But, if we can get a couple more players in, I think we have a fantastic chance of going up. Obviously, there's a long way to go. It's a difficult season, but I think with the start we've made, it's got to be it's got to be going in the right direction, hasn't it?
Yeah, the thing is, what we really didn't want to happen after the last season was to start poorly in the league, and those sort of questions would very quickly start lingering of, oh, is this a mistake? And oh, he failed at Parma, and is it going to be the same story again? I think making the quick start was important, because I think Enzo Maresca needs patience, but those questions would have started lingering very quickly if not. So the fact that we've made the good start is obviously positive because you get the points on the board, but it's also hugely important for the mentality and the morale.
Yeah, exactly that. And just quickly on the first 2 games, I don't think I spoke to you since obviously the season started. How did you see the games against obviously Cov, we had Burton and Huddersfield go?
Yeah, they're 2 different games, weren't they, really? Like Cov, I thought we controlled possession, controlled the pace of the game. There was a period where Cov probably should have put the game to bed. Same old, conceding from a set piece. But I almost enjoyed the fact that they went 1-0 up in their biggest game for however long. And then their hearts were broken by Dewsbury Hall. It's almost perfection. But then Huddersfield weren't pretty, was it? But you've got to grind. But Championship is a tough league, and you're going to have to grind results out.
Exactly that. And just like I said, I think the way the commentary game went, I don't think the performance was that great, but the way the goal went in, it was a massive boost. I don't think you're there. Well, you missed out on a good one there. And I think that Huddersfield game kind of, it was gritty, but I think the performance against Huddersfield gave me a bit more confidence, especially defensively. Obviously, we gave a few chances away, but I think defensively and the way we played, I think it just gave us a lot more confidence, and that gives me massive confidence for Saturday, where realistically we should be going and getting another 3 points on the board. But yeah, let's get into the chat. Casadei, I believe, is 20. Obviously, his dribbling last season, the guy's insane. I ain't watched a single clip of him, to be honest, bro. He can play this Saturday, so hopefully he can show his quality. Yeah, do you think he'll start straight away? Do you think he'll come in?
Yeah, it sounded like he was going to the way he was talking. But saying about the clips of him, have you heard what Lewis calls him?
Oh.
the Italian Yaya Toure.
Hey, well, people said tomorrow is going to be Yaya. So
That's exactly where my mind went. As soon as he said it, it's like, I've heard this before.
42. Someone wrote this song before. God's sake. Lovely stuff, mate. We're liking it. Is someone had Tete in here? I think that's gone now. Really trying to say is, yeah, we'll leave that one there. Pratt sometimes to start. Yeah, I think if Pratt stays, he's definitely a good player to have in the squad. He can pick a pass, but I just think that Huddersfield game just, I don't know. He got into he got into so many good positions, and I just think Casadei could probably be the man. I'm not sure how fast he is, but I don't know. I just think Casadei
is quite quick and quite powerful, breaking through like powerful runs through the midfield. But with the Pratt one, that chance was an absolute like. I know players miss opportunities, but it's the way it was like a p-roller. Yeah. You threw 1-on-1, and it's like
rushed it, didn't it?
You're an attacking midfielder. You know what I mean? It was just he was so poor, such a lack of composure, and he's one of the experienced heads that the team look for leadership. Because I know he hasn't been in the past, but this year his role will change, and he was just absolutely pathetic. But then you look the week before, he puts an absolute top draw cross in for Dewsbury Hall, which changed the game, and it's like it's just too inconsistent with Pratt.
Yeah, and that's the reason why I keep talking about it, because that chance, I think the build-up play was all excellent, and that's the only thing I think we're lacking right now. It's just, especially against Coventry, I thought at times was just a bit too slow around the edge of the box. Iheanacho, I think, dropped far too deep at times on Saturday. Wasn't his best performance, but I just think with someone like Casadei, who's proven to score goals, is what we need, because we've got Dewsbury Hall, who obviously started the season fantastically against Coventry, but Dewsbury Hall hasn't scored many goals in his career at all. And I think, with someone like Iheanacho, who's going to drop deep at times if you just start most games. We've got Mavididi, who's obviously done quite well goal-wise, but, we're probably going to have a youngster on the right. We need goals from somewhere. And that's why I think Casadei could be the man, because I think his goal-scoring, record at his young age speaks for itself, really.
Yeah, it's the same. Like, I don't want to look into his numbers too much at Reading, because, they were by I don't know if you know Matt Hayho, who's a Reading fan. Ask him about Reading last season. He struggles to find a good word to say for them. But so you don't want to overanalyze that, and it's a complete different setup for him. And I just think we need to give him time, be patient with him, and everything I've seen of him, and as I say, I've not seen a huge amount of him. But everything I have seen of him looks positive and looks like he can add that creativity and those goals from midfield.
Yeah, exactly that. And that's the thing. We have to give people time. And, I don't think, if he can come in and do what Mavididi's going to hit the ground running instantly, it would be the dream. But I don't think we're going to get the look with that many.
The thing is, though, with Mavididi, he's more of an experienced player.
Yeah, exactly.
And Josh has disappeared. So I've now got Josh's stream. Let's have a look through the live chat and see what you guys are saying.
You hear me now?
Josh, that's my channel, mate. What are you doing?
Take over if you want, pal. I'll give you the reins. I'm back now, yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny. So I don't care. We don't need him next season. He isn't really a Premier League player. Casadei, if he does, will be ready. I think Doyle's done a fantastic job coming in.
I really like Callum Doyle. I think there's a proper player there.
And you talk about Mavididi being experienced. He's come in, and I don't know. I haven't really noticed it. I haven't really noticed him that much, but I think that's kind of a good thing defensively, because he's done his job, and when you do notice him, he's doing fantastic stuff. And I think Doyle's just settled in absolutely very well. And obviously, it's a completely new setup for him, and I'm very impressed by him. It's
like every time you see him, it's normally when he's driving forward from that back three, putting a decent ball in. So Callum Doyle, instead of it could have been you, Callum Doyle, it is you.
What a chant. Maresca said still loads of people could leave. I think he means Arvidsson, Cesare Casadei, Ward, maybe Christensen, Suter on Daka. I did see that earlier, but just as we're saying, if no one's going to put our offer in, we're struggling. But I would imagine we'd definitely sell one of either Arvidsson or Ward. Obviously, Jakub Stolacek got the head in goal, and I thought he did a good job. 2 clean sheets in a row for him, so that's good stuff. Samare, yeah, I can see him going. Hasn't played a minute, has he, so far? Castagna as well. So, yeah, how many do you think of them players do you think will go? Just obviously depends who comes in, but I reckon there'll still be a few.
Thing is, Castagna, I think, will go. I think Christensen probably will.
Yeah.
Samare. My worry is with a few of these players, I keep seeing like loans with options to buy. It's like, that doesn't help us. Just get a fee or get involved in the squad. But if they don't want to be here, I completely agree with Enzo Maresca with this. If they don't want to be here, they don't get to be involved.
Exactly that. Who do you think should leave us? I'd probably agree with the comment above, really. Pretty much most of them. But I think obviously Enzo's done a good job. And I think, obviously with someone like Suter, I think it's a massive disappointment if he does go out. I do like him. But if he's not going to fit the style, there's no point in him being there. And I think Enzo's been quite good with the way he's doing it. And even the players in the comment here, we haven't really seen any of them play. And I think that tells you quite a lot. And in previous seasons, we've played players who are potentially going to go. And Enzo, I wouldn't say frozen them out, but has very much restricted them from minutes in the first team and really trying to build this idea around the players who are going to be in here for the long run. And I think so far we've got 0 complaints with Enzo. I think everything he's done has been top notch. 15 appearances, 1 goal. As I said, it wasn't Reading though, and they were dreadful. Don't think you will say I'm happy to be here. God, the chat's miles behind, isn't it? The end of Tete Mavadidi's in town.
How far behind are you, mate?
I don't know. Chat's popping off. To be fair, it must be because you're on here, mate. Should take over soon. Phil J, but what else could they say? Terrible team, and they gave it for money. Yeah, exactly that. I call Cappy don't support Leicester. He might do. Doubt it. It is Cap, obviously, but to be fair, when Leicester won the league, he probably did watch us. But yeah. How was I swear I've already done that, but yeah, 20. Let's get back up. The Enzo chance dead though. What is that? Back, who cares? Be alright on the way day when you got a few beers down you ain't gonna realise, will you? But yeah, let's catch back up with the chat. Where are we at? The Italian, geez, we're miles behind, aren't we? The Italian Yoyo Torre. Neymar to Al Hilal. Yeah, it's crazy that, isn't it? I wish one of the Saudi clubs came in front of our players, but it don't look like it's happening.
Well, to be fair, they came in for Vestergaard, and Vestergaard didn't want to go, did he?
Vestergaard's a great bloke, man. I love him. I don't know.
Credit, I know he's not popular and he's frustrating, but giving him his flowers and his props where it's due, he started the season relatively well.
Yeah, I think it's been very good, to be honest. I thought him and Wu, which I thought looking at the game, that was a recipe for absolute disaster with them two together. But I think so far they've done a good job. Obviously, there's flaws in both their games, and just like I said, he's not a fan's favourite. It's an unpopular opinion, but I would give him another chance. Obviously, as I said, he came out and said a few stuff, but you look at the way stuff happened with Brendan and whatnot. I think if he wants to stay, let's just let him stay. And clearly, Enzo likes him. He's got the passing ability in there, and there is a good player in there. But obviously, it all depends on the system. And the only thing I would say is playing that high line, which obviously got exposed against Coventry, didn't it?
Can I just say, Ethan, the Mavadidi chant is absolute top draw.
It is beautiful, and I absolutely love it. I don't know who came up with it, but fair play to whoever did. I know it's only been 3 games, but Marcel don't look confident going forward. I don't know. I thought against Burton he was very good, but obviously it's only Burton. But I don't think you can really expect too much from him. The thing obviously he had a few shots here and there, most of them miles over. But I do like that he's having a go. In case of McAteer, same against Coventry. I don't think you can really expect them two to hit the ground running as quickly like someone like Mavadidi. But I think there's definitely a good talent there. Yeah,
give the kid time.
Yeah, exactly that. Who is Richard? I don't know. Where are we? Yeah, Dora's a really strong defender for us, but I'm not surprised Man City didn't want to sell him 100%. People are underestimating, give him time, and he'll be one of the best. He was one of the best in the Championship last year for Cov, weren't he? So I'm not really surprised with how well he's come in, and long may it can continue.
Yeah, 100%. And I think with him we'll sign one more centre back, and then our defence is sorted, isn't it? Really.
It is, and I said this quite a lot. I think our defence is definitely our strongest part. But back onto the main man, Casadei, the Italian stallion. Let's look at some of his stats. Obviously, this is only stats, so don't take it too seriously. But yeah, if you look at I think his defence. If you just look at this, just his defensive stats clearly stand out. His passing obviously isn't promising, but just like I said, it's just stats. But I think defensively is going to be key because, especially in the system we are playing in, we do need a few players, especially when Ricardo does come into midfield. If he advances quite a bit, we could do with a few players tracking back here and there. And obviously, we just need to defend as a defensive unit. And I think overall, he looks to be a good player. And if Enzo can mould him into the system, which I don't know how quickly he will do, but I think stats-wise, I think he looks all right.
Yeah, he looks decent, but it's
only
a graph, isn't it? I don't do football by numbers and stats, really. I'm not. I know you prefer it a lot more than me, but I'm more of an eye test than a spreadsheet person.
I get you. No, it's fair. If I could put highlights on it, I would. But we don't want to get copyrighted, do we, mate? I wish he could though. Fastest brilliant against Huddersfield, he was standout performer. Yeah, I'll probably even man of the match, to be honest. Luke Thomas, I forgot about him. Obviously, he came back from the Euros, weren't it? A bit late, but he doesn't. The thing with Luke Thomas, though, I think obviously with Ricardo's going into midfield, so that rules out one fullback position. Then he got Doyle there, who looks settled. So I think it's going to be a massive task for any of the fullbacks to come in. You got Christensen, Castagna, even James Justin, who I think if anyone's going to play that Ricardo role from a fullback, it probably could be him. But I just think go on.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think James Justin, he can go as that Ricardo role. He can play anywhere across the back three. And people seem so set on the team that we've got now. It's a 46-game season. Yeah, there will be rotation.
Yeah. Oh, was it a youth strike? Oh, yeah. I think he scored last night, didn't he, against I think it was Derby in the under 21s or something. So good to beat them. But Iheanacho is not the quickest and can diver at times. Need Richards. Why is everyone backing this random Richards kid for? I don't know. He's seen that OH Leuven as Haaland's cousin.
Oh, is that actually Haaland's cousin?
Yeah, I think.
I thought it was people winding me up in the group chat.
I think it actually is him.
Oh, I didn't realise that was genuinely serious.
Yeah, him and Nathan Apoku up top. That could be cooking. But yeah, we'll head off in about 5 minutes or so. I know you're streaming at 9, aren't you? So I won't keep you for too long. So make sure to go and head over there. But just before we head off, we're gonna have a look at some other transfer news. Obviously, I've touched upon Elias Chair already, but we are going to get it up. Obviously, it's not the best of rumours, but we'll look at it anyway because why not? So here we are. So yeah, this is from Transfer Core, who I've got a few bits right from Leicester, but nothing major. They're saying 5 to 6 million. Obviously, it says it depends on potential departures. Sorry for Samare, but that's just it's not a great source. But if 5 to 6 million, I would take him. But I don't know.
Yeah, I do think he's a good player. One thing I say about Transfer Core is he always seems to someone else will break news and then it will come from him about 20 minutes later.
Yeah, it's like that Jeevan fella in on Twitter. It's loaded on that.
Trust me.
But I think for 5 to 6 mil, I'd definitely take it. But I probably think it would be a bit more than that. But if we
I don't know because QPR aren't going to. They're not in a position to turn sort of huge money down, that kind of money down, are they really?
Yeah, true. But he is one of their most. I think he's probably one of their best players, and I think the only thing with this is it is late in the window. I think if QPR had more time to get a replacement in, if they could, I don't know. But if Leicester can put a decent price in, he's probably going to want to come to us, isn't he? So I think it's definitely one to happen. But according to this, obviously we do need to make a few departures, and that's obviously been reported quite a lot through Rob Tanner, etc. That we do need to sell a few more players before we do buy, and that's probably the reason why we made a few loan signings recently because no one seems to be going. But there we go. We'll have to see, but personally, I just think there will be quite a lot going on last couple of days, as we always seem to see. So, but yeah, I think we've pretty much gone through everything. So there we go. Big up to Casadei on the deal. If you guys got any final thoughts in the comments, feel free to let me know. Obviously, we've got Cardiff on Saturday. I'm away for that game, so sadly there won't be a vlog or anything. Go and watch Ants if he's doing one, so I'll do a match preview for that one. tomorrow night. But yeah, just before I let you go, Ant, early thoughts ahead of that one against the mighty Bluebirds.
It's one of those games that on paper's a 3-pointer, but like football ain't played on paper, is it?
Yeah, you never know. But I think the way we're playing, if we can keep it going, I think we could be on the right way to get 3 points. Do you know anything about this? Because I know it was Neil or someone from the Beyond the Night who put it up. I don't know. I didn't see anything from it.
I've seen the rumours and I've seen the links, and it's not the first time I've seen the links. Hopefully, hopefully there's something in it.
Is he centre back? Any from Man City?
Yeah, who was like one of the young players or players of the season for Burnley last year.
Oh, was it? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'll take him. But I don't know. Do we need him a centre back? I don't know. But I won't say no to him. But I think there's definitely positions.
I'd say 100% we need another centre back.
Yeah, I know, but if we had to choose between a centre back and like another winger, I'd probably say a winger if we had to pick. But yeah, if we could bring another like 3 to 4 players in, 100%. But we'll have to see what happens. But I still think we could bring in at least 2 to 3 players, hopefully, or so, something like that. But yeah, there we go. Anyway, thanks for coming in out. Much appreciated as always. I left Ant's link in the title, so make sure to go and subscribe to his channel, follow his Twitter, etc., etc. But yeah, mate, thanks for coming in, and I'll see you in the next one.
Pleasure, mate. Pleasure.
No worries. Cheers, bro. Much appreciated. Right. See you later. Bye. There we go. Big up to Ant for coming in. Make sure to go and watch his live. I think he's starting in about 5 or so minutes. So feel free to do that one, boys and girls. But yeah, another signing through the door. Cesare Casadei is in for Leicester City on loan. Personally, I'm a massive fan of him. He's a big striker. I think not striker, sorry, but I think we forgot to say he's a big man as well, 6'1" as well. So he could be a slight aerial threat as well. So that could obviously prove to be decisive because obviously we still have a pretty small squad. But yeah, boys, thanks for coming in. Make sure to go and drop a like if you haven't already. Massively just help the channel out. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow for the Cardiff preview. And hopefully we can have a few more rumours coming in and out after. Of course, now we've got the latest one in through the door. But yeah, thanks for coming in, boys. And I'll see you in the next one of the City.